Wow! Women, vulnerable property, and wealth. How can one not run behind them? Similarly, I realized that if you have to reach your home at Whitefield, you should not follow the Google Maps. Then who will take me to my home? Let us see. Fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests, it was on 14th of February 2014. I started from my native town Mysore to my networking town Bangalore on a hot Sunday afternoon with my newfound love, my Bebo. We reached Bangalore by 5 p.m. and I was hoping my basic smartphone with its Google Maps to take me to my home at Whitefield. Without the auto navigation feature, I was doing stunts on busy road with one hand on the handlebar and other searching for a bar. 2G bar, I mean. When I reached a crucial junction, instead of searching for bars, my eyes started following a beauty on a scooty. And instead of taking a right turn, I took a left turn, hoping to get my turn. This led me into a one-way maze. And by the time we could find our way out of it, one thing was certain, we were completely lost. For all the men in the house, never follow a scooty. Whenever in doubt, I always believe in following my instincts. Therefore, I started following my instincts with my own sense of direction. But I was neither Vasco da Gama nor Columbus to be a successful explorer. Therefore, my instincts also left us in the middle of nowhere. That was when we saw our savior. With its broken bottom, emitting blasts of black smoke and crisscrossing the traffic like a moped, it was a Volvo bus. With its bright orange LED display flashing, city center to Whitefield. Bebo and I thanked God for sending us our savior and started following the bus. However, very soon we realized that life was a full circle. Because we had found our way back to city center by following a bus going in the wrong direction. We were back to square one and as clueless as ever. By this time, Bebo was feeling thirsty and was venting out her anger on me. Therefore, I stopped at her favorite cafe, a gas station, to pull her down. Yes, you heard me right. Bebo is the nickname of my brand new Yamaha R15, who was actually taking me to home. When I approached the service person for help, he was filling up a car and he said, "Wait for a few minutes, brother." And I realized that he has turned into a Meister by recently quenching his thirst with Jägermeister. As he was drunk, he inserted the nozzle into the tank but forgot to fill it up and informed the driver that the car was filled. The driver got confused as the fuel gauge didn't move an inch. And he started quarreling with the service person, saying that he had been cheated. As I was witnessing all this, they both decided to make me the judge of a gas station garage, both asking me to support their argument. And my situation was like a hapless husband caught between his mother and his wife. To top it off, in the middle of all this drama, I got a call from an unknown number. When I received the call, a sweet female voice asked me, "Hello sir, this is Shruti calling from Deutsche Bank. If you have time, can I take you through our home buying schemes?" My inner voice started yelling, "Hello madam, guide me to my current home and not to a new home." I somehow managed to escape from that crazy situation and met a few college boys who directed me towards a bridge and asked me to wait there until another bus arrives so that I can follow it again. To my luck, when I reached the bridge, I met a person who was also going towards Whitefield. I thanked God and followed his bike. But there was a small problem. This person turned out to be a distant relative of the world champion bike racer Valentino Rossi and was flying on Bangalore roads instead of riding. As my Bebo was brand new, she could not run faster than 50 kilometers per hour, as that would weaken her gentle heart. The typical Indian inside me was awakened. And even in that distressed situation, I was more worried about my Bebo's heart and did not cross 50 kilometers per hour. For which I had to pay the price. As I could not maintain the same speed with our Valentino Rossi, I lost track of him and was back to square one. Nevertheless, God was merciful on me and I saw our bus again. But after that experience of finding myself at city center when I followed it the previous time, I was a bit skeptical to following it again. But I did not have any other choice as well. I somehow gathered my courage and started following the bus. As I followed the bus, I found myself stopping at each bus stop and waiting religiously until the bus started moving again. Now this is very awkward, right? How often would you find someone following a bus? So people around me started giving strange looks as if wondering whether I was crazy or something. But I was least bothered and my only aim was to reach home. Finally, I reached home around 8:30 p.m. in the night. Traveling 30 kilometers in just 3.5 hours. One wrong turn in traffic made me go through hell and taught me a lesson for lifetime. Likewise, in life, you should think twice before taking any crucial turns. Even if you end up taking a wrong turn, don't worry. A Volvo bus will come to your rescue. Wait and grab that opportunity.